So here it is. The quality of this camera is amazing. The quality of the audio out of the Mic2s is insane. I've been perving over Osmo Pocket 3 footage across YouTube, Instagram and TikTok for the best part of the last year, maybe 18 months, pretty much since it was released. The TLDR is, it's every bit as good as you think it's going to be, if not better. So if you're here to simply perv over more footage of the Osmo Pocket 3, well, strap in, there's loads of it in this video. However, if you're here for yet another bloke's opinion on the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 and what it's like, why listen to me? I've been on YouTube since 2014. I started with a very small basic crop body Nikon camera, then went to Canon, then went to Sony. I've been using DJI products for many years, the original Mavic Air. Now I have the Mini 3 Pro. I have the Osmo Action, the original, in my arsenal, and I've now finally added the Osmo Pocket 3. And I gotta tell you, out of all the cameras I have ever owned, and we've just added the A7 IV to our lineup, the one camera I'm most excited about is this one. Over the years, I've vlogged with a number of different types of camera and camera system. On our travel channel, we vlogged with the original Canon G7X, which was good for the time. I mean, it was the Mark I. It was all right, but terrible stability. Then we vlogged with the original Osmo Action, and I did a full video about whether you could vlog with it. Spoiler alert, it was a great little vlogging camera, especially for the time, and especially for what we were using it for. We were using it to hike the West Highland Way, which is 96 miles over 7 days along Loch Lomond and up into the Highlands of Scotland. Amazing camera, and it was so capable. We still have the original Osmo Action in our arsenal, and although I have been looking at the Osmo 4 and the Osmo 5 now, the Osmo Action, the original with that rock steady stability, still really holds up. That was a good camera a few years ago, and while the waterproof ability and the rugged build of even that original Osmo Action was great, I'd have loved to have done it with something like the Osmo Pocket 3, the stability on this. After that hike, we actually decided to up the quality of our vlogs on our channel, and we went for the Sony ZV-1, and what a terrible mistake that was. It really was. It's nothing short of a toy. It feels cheap, it's extremely plastic, and yet the price of it then was like 650, 700 quid. Massively overpriced for what it was. So just to be clear, this whole video is shot in 4K 25. It's shot in D-Log M, and other than maybe a slight little bit of tweaking per clip, I'm not doing any kind of proper color grading. The only thing I'll be doing is color correction. So in Premiere Pro, you simply select all the clips and tell it what color space it is and what color correction look to use to get it back to Rec 709, which is downloaded directly from DJI's website. In addition to those settings, I've got it set to auto exposure. I've got no ND filters as yet, so I'm doing as little as possible. In my day-to-day work, I do a lot of tweaking of settings and all that kind of stuff, and for a vlog camera, I just wanted to be able to, at least for the most part, set and forget. And I'll put on screen here what I've done with regards to the sharpness and the noise reduction in camera. It's currently winter here in Zante. I've just driven a little bit up the island to a place called Alacanaz, and as you can see, it's very sleepy. The island doesn't have, I think it's about 70,000 population that are actually residents here. It multiplies many times during the summer, but in the winter there's so few people. The great thing about that is that we just get to go and play on this island. Yeah, okay, there's a lot of stuff that's closed, but stuff that doesn't need to be open and closed, the natural beauty of this island, we just get to experience it ourselves. The main thing I love about this camera is its simplicity. The Mimo app, although it's a little bit hit and miss for me, that might be because I'm currently running an iPhone 13, but the ease in which you can use this camera, it's mind-blowing. It stabilizes itself. It's got a gimbal head, which even when the camera is ever so slightly to one side, you know that your horizon is locked. For those of you who have used an older legacy, even drone from DJI, will know that sometimes you're having to punch in and correct that horizon because the horizon isn't all the way across, and yet in something as small and as easily transportable as this, you have that and everything else you get from this camera. Although I don't think I'll use it that much. On the Mimo app, I can draw a box around myself like you would on a DJI drone, and all of a sudden I'm being tracked. And while on the axis, on the Y axis, the vertical, the rotation, it doesn't go all the way round. It goes round enough. It's not completely set and forget because I can't go all the way around there, but I know that as long as I'm in decent enough light, no matter where I go, as long as I'm within that, it's at least 180 degree rotation, if not a little bit more, but as long as I'm in that, the camera is gonna track me. And the only way this is gonna lose the tracking on me right now is one, the battery may die. Battery's amazing, by the way. Or two, and I don't want to be foreshadowing here, but if I fall that way, and before I do, I'm going to walk a bit more that way. I also have the camera on this light stand from Ulanzi. I'll chuck a link in the description below, and it's been a game changer for me with this, because not only is it effectively a travel tripod, you don't need a ball mount on the head because this levels itself, like what I'm saying with regards to the horizon. This will level itself, you don't worry about that, but also because it's a lighting stand, it's designed to get up high, much higher than you would have from a standard tripod, and as such you can get jib and crane shots with this, and almost mock drone shots for places where either you don't want to launch your drone because it's too noisy, there's too many people around. With this travel tripod lighting stand little piece of equipment, it's not a complete set and forget system, but it's really close. I mean, auto exposure, as has been pretty much this whole video, direct sunlight now, shooting on 10-bit D-Log M, walking straight into shadows, and nothing was blown out and nothing is unrecoverable. It's a great system. Not to mention the low light is just stunning. Just look at what this 1-inch sensor can do. And that is shooting with just ambient light. I've got it between 50 and 800 ISO in camera. And other than that, I'm just making sure that the frame rate doesn't go below 50th of a second. That said, it could have gone down to 25th of a second if I really wanted to. I was shooting 4K 25. I'm not going for cinematic on this. I'm going for accurate documentary. Yeah, okay, you could add ND filters and keep that frame rate down so you get that natural motion blur. But for me, this is a vlogging camera. Yes, I can get some kind of silky footage, but in all honesty, this is here, for me at least, to document what I'm doing. And with that in mind, if you would like to see even more footage from this camera, this is now the main vlogging camera on our travel channel, in our case, link in the description below. Here on the island of Zante, we're here right now in the winter. We're doing loads of walking videos, driving videos, purely because so many tourists don't get to see this place and how it looks in the winter. Not only that, but very shortly we're going on holiday to Thailand for a whole month, and this is coming with us. So if you're interested to see how this stacks up in the beautiful scenery of Thailand, make sure you jump over to that channel and have a look. I love this camera. Right at the beginning of this video I said TLDR, it's brilliant, or whatever words I said. TLDR is, it's every bit as good as you think it's going to be, if not better. It's fantastic. I love it. I'm constantly thinking of ways to use it, and with that in mind, you've probably all seen the tilter roller stabilizer arm that you can clamp to a car, to a window, to the metal, either suction or magnet, and that gets you rolling videos. Well, take a look at this. I don't have one of those stabilizer arms. What I do have is a small rig clamp, a microfiber cloth to make sure that it's really snug and it doesn't damage the roll bars, and I'm monitoring from the Mimo app all the way around the island. Yeah, okay, it could probably be even more stable with one of those arms, but seriously, how good is that footage? Thought I'd give you a little bit of a change of scenery for the end of this, to be honest, and it was so easy. Just turn around the camera, make sure it's still tracking me, and we're away. It's been ages since I posted on this channel, and if you've stayed here right the way to the very end, well, thanks so much. Life completely changed for us in recent years. We've obviously emigrated to Zante. We have changed careers in as much as we're almost completely wedding videographers now, and we absolutely love it. We've completely sacked off the UK rat race for working our backsides off for 6 months here in Zante filming weddings, and then for 6 months just doing what we want, hence being able to go to Thailand for a month. Thanks very much for those of you who stayed with the channel all the way through that hiatus. My hope is to do more and more videos now. I have more and more time on my hands, and especially with the wedding videos, I've got more opportunity to try new bits of kit out as and when I order them, buy them, if they get sent to me. I don't know, I've been speaking with a number of companies who have reached out to me even during this hiatus and said, oh, can you review this, can you review that? And every time I've gone back to ones that I do fancy and say, yeah, no problem, my address is Zakynthos, they ghost me, which is hilarious. Even though my audiences are still UK and US predominantly, with a smattering around the EU, it's funny, they don't really want to ship all the way out here. Anyway, this has been a little bit of a labor of love. It's a bit of a passion project. I've been dying to get my hands on this camera for so long, and I've loved playing with it so far. Sorry this last bit is a little bit off the cuff, but I wanted to wrap this up and just kind of say hi, you know? By the way, all this audio has been 32-bit float right underneath here. I've got a t-shirt underneath here, and I've got the actual, this probably is going to get very loud now, but I've got the actual transmitter inside my t-shirt, magnetic bit on the outside, and this over it, and it's great quality. I'm so impressed with this whole system, and I know with our month travels in Thailand it's going to be brilliant. If you've never owned a magnetic connection microphone, I never had before. I had the Rode Wireless Go 2s. This is brilliant. The magnet is so good, and while I tested it on the back of the car and I thought, oh yeah, that will hold, I'm still not there yet, so we'll see. My watch is going crazy. Hope you're well. Thanks so much for watching. If you're not already subscribed and you've made it all this way, please consider subscribing. I've got loads more coming, hopefully. And also don't forget to jump over to the travel channel, because from probably about the last 3 or 4 weeks, from the beginning of 2025 onwards, the quality is just going to go like that. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.